If you've been watching my channel since as long as I've been on this stupid-ass platform, you would know. You would know that I am a huge Batman fan. And what did we get this year? We got a new Batman movie. And I don't care that I am late on this whole shebang. You know, the movie's only been out for that long. But I don't care. You know, I'm normally late to things like this, so deal with it, bitches. But yes, today we're going to be talking about why I like this movie and why I personally think it's the best Batman movie. In my opinion, you know, I'm not here to shit on anyone else's opinions or their favorite Batman movies. Like, I mean, I know a lot of people watching this are probably still going to like the Dark Knight trilogy way more. And I'm fine with that. I mean, the Nolan trilogy of movies are special in their own way. I mean, a lot of schools watch, especially Batman Begins, in like sociology or psychology, because it's just a lot going on with like the psychological and sociological, you know, perspectives of Bruce Wayne and Batman. You know, I mean, Bruce Wayne is a pretty effed up child, I'll tell you that much. You know, instead of dealing with his emotions normally, he dresses up as a bat and punches a clown. And, I mean, the Nolan movies are just pretty good. But, well, I just really like the Batman. Now, listen, let's start with just Robert Pattinson and Bruce Wayne and Batman. Now, I know a lot of people are very skeptical about Robert Pattinson being Batman. They're like, oh no, it's the guy from Twilight, he can't be Batman, he's a vampire. Ew. But I think Robert Pattinson is the best Bruce Wayne and just a really great Batman. Just a really great Batman. Now, for instance, let's take Michael Keaton's Batman and Christian Bale. Michael Keaton's Batman, you know, it's just, Bruce Wayne's okay. His Bruce Wayne's just okay, you know, he's a philanthropist. He has a lot of money. And his Batman's very iconic. I mean, that was a lot of people growing up's Batman. You know, I mean, my parents watched that movie. Hell. And with Christian Bale, you know, he was kind of the best of both worlds. He was kind of half and half, but I mean, compared to Pattinson's portrayal of Bruce and Batman, I just think Pattinson does a better job of being Batman. I mean, in the Batman movie, Batman and Bruce are still very young. I mean, Bruce has only been Batman for about a year, 2 years at this point. And he's still having draws from, you know, being out at night. He's tired, he's exhausted, and you see a lot of that. He's not keeping up his social appearances as well as he should be. And we don't see a lot of that anymore. You know, we just see the Batman movies where he's been in it, he knows what he's doing, the Joker's gonna blow up City Hall, like, things like that. So, you know, seeing Batman early in his career is just awesome. Like, I'm a big fan of the Batman Year One comics, The Long Halloween, he was still very early in his career there. And, I mean, I hate to bring Arkham into this, but, like, Batman Arkham Origins, like, the game's underrated, and that's canon for Batman in his early years, in the Arkhamverse. So, I mean, anytime we see a movie like that, I really enjoy it. And a lot of things that this movie had, and I'm gonna compare it to Batman Begins, is a lot of the mob heavy things, like the Falcones and the Maronis and stuff. And I know it's way easier to do the mob in a movie because it's kind of hard to have Batman fight like a giant crocodile and save money. That's a lot of special effects. So I get why a lot of times we just have the mob in these Batman movies. It's easy and you don't have to, you know, pay a bunch of actors. But I mean, God, this movie, especially with the mob, created a great universe of just crime in Gotham and crimes rising due to the mob. Yeah, 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 the Falcones, blah blah blah. Just this movie has a great way of building a world around you. There's a lot of movies and even some action movies that'll just tell you what's going on and just bore you to death. But this is one of those movies that shows you what's going on, and it keeps your attention the whole time, no doubt. Like, there's a lot of things I like coming from like a just general film perspective, not even Batman. Like, this movie has a bunch of angles. Like, you can see things through the Riddler's perspective, and there's parts where he's just kind of hidden in the background, like all Michael Myers and shit. And there's freaking Batman walking out of the dark scaring people. And then my favorite scene in the whole movie, probably, is when he's in the dark hallway after he cut the power and they're shooting guns at him. and you only see him when guns are being fired throughout all the bullets and shit. Now, God, this movie did such a great job of building Gotham around you and putting Batman into that. And it was just great. I can't lie. It was just beautiful to watch, in my opinion. And plus, I like that this movie's darker. It's definitely probably the darkest Batman movie we have. I mean, you're just seeing people getting blunt force trauma to the head left and right. And, it's kind of heavier with Riddler being a terrorist and that, which is great. I love their portrayal of Riddler in this movie. He's not just some dork in a suit. He's an actual freaking sociopath, and he's crazy. And he does a lot of gruesome shit in this film. Which, is a very unique portrayal of Riddler. I mean, he is very messed up and the head and all that, but not to the degree that we got in Batman. I mean, normally he's just an idiot that says riddles. God, you're scary, man. You scared me. But I mean, okay. I saw this movie and I feel like it drew comparisons to the Batman Telltale series. The Riddler kind of did what I know a lot of people here probably haven't played the games fully, but Riddler did what Lady Arkham did and tried to expose Gotham for its corruption, and at one point in the movie, even exposed the Waynes. And, that's a very big moment for Bruce, and this movie portrayed that great. I know, especially in The Dark Knight, there's like a moment where Bruce is just, like, had it emotionally. Like in The Dark Knight, for example, when Rachel dies, he's crushed. And so in the Batman, when he learns about, what happened to Alfred, spoiler alert, getting kind of blown up, and then the secret about his family's money, and Alfred not telling him the truth, I mean, that's a big moment for him. And I think the movie handles that well, in my opinion. Overall, the Batman movie just did a great job of portrayal, of just Batman in general. The action was great. Characters were great. I mean, I didn't really know if I was gonna like Catwoman in this film, but I mean, it added. I think she's a badass. What else? I talked about the angles, the action. Just God, this movie's good. It has to be the best movie so far from this year. And I've seen a lot of movies already. I just haven't talked about it. Like I've seen Uncharted. I've seen Morbius, which hashtag Morbius sweep. It's a great movie. I don't know why people aren't talking about it. And I've seen the Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. But still, Batman beats these films by a long shot. I'm sorry. It's just good in every perspective, in my opinion. But that's just me. If you have your own opinion, well, go.